Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is episode 2 of season 2 of Heartland. Let's say hello to my tortie. Say hi, April. Taking her place amongst the peasants. As we know in the last episode, Ty returned to Heartland. He and his father were in some trouble and he ended up calling Jack to come and help him out. So Jack brought him back to Heartland and of course was not very well received by Amy. But of course we know things will change with that. There was a new ranch hand named Caleb, who of course is going to be competition for Ty to win Amy. But we know Ty will win out. Lou threw a surprise party for Amy for her Sweet 16 and also wants to start some sort of dude ranch in order to get money and business for Heartland. As people said, she gave up her New York life to stay there. So they're kind of wanting to give her the chance to use her MBA and everything. So let's get going.
Previously on Heartland.
Hey, check out that one.
Can you take Mallory's bed? Your bed back? Jack did say he'd always have a place there at Heartland. Ty and the Mustang bonded in the last episode too. He seems so far busy with one who can handle him. He's got out of the pen.
Well, I just couldn't wait to show you what I got here. This guy's name is Storm. He's a 6-year-old Dutch Warmblood.
So now she has Storm and Spartan. Hopefully she won't neglect Spartan.
Why wouldn't he?
Okay, I'm sorry I asked.
Oh, good. Well, at least you're sorry for something.
Amy, come on.
I don't see any
Jack
signs of
finds it
infection,
funny.
but very safe and sorry. Still, you gotta wonder.
I get the sentimentality of it with Jack, that his grandfather built those. And I get that he's really against the idea. But this episode is called Letting Go. And so I think that's something that we're going to see is that he is going to let go of some of this dislike or some of the sentimentality and allow her to build the bunker that she was talking about. And obviously letting go because Amy will probably let go of the anger that she's feeling towards Ty. And they say they're talking about that Mustang, and every day that he's there, he becomes a little less wild. And I'm thinking, well, that's not a bad thing. Why don't you just keep him? That's what I'd do if it were me. Well, I'd keep him. I mean, he's a beautiful, beautiful horse. And so now Amy basically has 2 horses because she has Spartan and she has Storm. So I'm wondering how that's going to work. Obviously she has enough time. And what happened to Pegasus? We haven't seen Pegasus basically since episode 3. So is Pegasus okay? Are we going to see Pegasus again? What's going on? It'd be nice if we would get to see some of these horses that have appeared in previous episodes. And I mentioned last time that I didn't know what was going on with Ben. Well, they explained right there that Ben went to the university. We may still see him because they may have him show up like on break and whatnot. So there's a possibility we might see him show up again on the show. And Mallory, of course, is trying not to be a burden. And as I said, I think there's going to be a time coming up where Mallory proves her worth. They don't really take Mallory seriously or anything. But something will happen and she will end up proving her worth to them. And they'll realize that she's more than just this annoying kid. Says the one who wants to go out with him. First, I think Ty's better looking than Caleb. I meant to do that.
Sorry I asked. Hey, for what it's worth, that hat I gave you is hanging right there. Excuse me. What are you doing?
Sorry, Grandpa, I can't talk right now. When I was in business school getting my MBA, one of the first things they taught us is that the customer always comes first. Are you still working on that?
It'll take your MBA to do that, to learn that.
You need to get out of there.
Yeah, you need to get out of there.
Back off! Amy! Alright? One of these days that was gonna kill you.
So it does make you wonder why Ghost Horse doesn't like her. But you notice that when Ty came through, he turned. Because, as we saw at the end of the last episode, Ty and Ghost Horse kind of bonded a bit. So I think Ghost Horse will listen to Ty. So he may end up becoming Ty's horse. We'll see. And then they're talking there about show jumping, and I'm thinking Storm could be her show jumping horse, but Spartan, of course, is her horse too. You can have more than one horse. And like she said, it will take a lot of time, but once she's out of school, obviously then she will have more time because she won't have to worry about being in school, she won't have to worry about homework and all that. So that would make it, a little easier, I would think.
Breaking a horse is not exactly rocket science. A lot of different ways of doing it. This here's a tried and true.
Well, have you done this before?
I need to sort of get him down to the ground.
That would be easy.
Ty, come on, we have to find him. He's gone.
I'm not gonna help you find him.
Why not?
I let him go.
You what?
I set him free.
Who do you think you are? You don't even care about that horse.
I care about you, Amy, and I don't want to see you hurt. Hey, Amy. I'll help you find that Mustang. I bet he's most likely.
So Ty thought he was doing the right thing. Personally, I like the idea of Ghost Horse staying with them, but you could kind of hear his mate whinnying for him. So maybe it is best that he goes and bees with her. You know, he let him go because they said every day that he's there, he becomes more domestic and less wild. So, but, you know, she saw those ranchers and how they had been shooting at him. So you can understand that she would be upset about that, about him possibly being killed by those ranchers. And, you know, Lou, of course, is doing all of this. Lou is very manipulative. You know, she definitely has that passive-aggressive tendency about her, which, of course, is what she's doing here in order to get her way. Yeah. And, of course, it's what'll happen. I mean, Jack heard them talking about living in the past. And that's what I said is, you know, I get their sentimentality about it, but as she said, they have 600 acres. You can't even see them from the barn. Or from the barn or the house. And so what's the point? Yeah, I get it. Your grandpa built it, but if you can't see it, you can't enjoy it. So, is it doing any good? It's just sitting there, rotting, falling apart. You know, if you want, keep some of the wood. Keep some of the wood that your grandfather touched. But sometimes you just gotta let things go. I mean, I like that Jack is sentimental, but you have to know when to let go.
You know, Lou, I thought it was tough getting time with you before, but this is ridiculous.
How about romantic? Tall, dark stranger, hot waitress, sensible shoes, a little apron, and made tail.
So, tell me about your specials.
Well, the veal scallop.
So was he doing that just to, we'll find out in a minute, but was he doing that just to get him out of there, to keep him running? Because he met up with this mayor, and I bet he was doing that because he said something like he's got to get through a whole bunch of cattle ranches. So I'm guessing he was doing that, shooting the gun off, which I'll find out obviously here in a minute. But I'm guessing he was doing that to spook him, to get him to go, to keep running, to protect him from real ranchers who would shoot him, which in that case is good. You know. I like that he's got this mayor waiting for him, which explains probably why he was so aggressive, because obviously he wants to go be with his girl. And you notice how she was kind of hanging around too, because she knew he was around, but trapped. So, you know, I hate that they let him go, because personally I would rather keep him like Amy would. But you can understand that if he's a wild animal, he does need to be wild. Granted, he deals with elements that you don't when you're kept, but sadly that's a risk that they take, you know? And if he can make it past where these ranchers are, the horse can probably survive for years to come. So I'm glad that worked out. I'm glad that he's okay, that the mayor's okay. About 7 minutes left, so let's go ahead and finish the episode.
Grandfather built these bunkhouses,
I've heard.
so no one's tearing them down.
You brought me all the way out here just to tell me that again?
Thing is, Lou, they're solid as a rock.
Broke my eco toilets.
In an outhouse on that tree line.
Outhouse.
I still don't know what I'm doing here.
You're earning your keep. Expect to stay here for the summer or not? Start digging. Who knows? You do a good job, I might find it in my coat. Art could leave a little something for you in God's will.
Yeah. Look at you, Ty. They let the Mustang go, Ghost Horse, again. While I am happy about it and was the right decision, I am also sad about that too. Amy has 2 horses now. She has Spartan and Storm. Spartan was a jumper, but Storm is more of a jumper, so I think Storm will be the one, that she can use to jump professionally. Spartan can just be her trail horse and ranch horse and stuff like that. So I think that'll work out. She'd find a way to make that work. She and Ty, of course, are going to move ahead. I know it still seemed a little dicey with this episode, but she did actually come to him. She approached him, so I would say that was a bonus right there. And then, of course, the little gratuity that they had of him shirtless was a nice touch. Is she going to date Caleb? I don't know. There's a part of me that says, yeah, she'll date Caleb for a little bit, which will basically cause Ty to react. But then I'm not sure. I know when I was looking at the episodes for season 2, I saw something that said Ty asks for a second chance. So, and that's about, I think, like episode 11 or something like that. So we are, of course, going to see that. I mean, as I said, I know she ends up with Ty. So anything that happens now, of course, doesn't really matter because those 2 will be together. And, they talked about that woman, Mitch, who I guess took a week off, which is why Lou was there. So, kind of makes you wonder when she comes back, because, obviously she has a thing for Tim. And I've been skipping the intro, so I haven't seen the cast list, but I'm wondering now if Ty and Tim are included in the actual cast, because I haven't seen them in the additional cast, like I have with Hot Ash. So my guess is that, they're there too, and maybe the Caleb guy, unless he's one of the names. But, the first 2 episodes of season 2 are done. As always, I've been enjoying Heartland. I hope you have too. Hit the like button if you did enjoy this react, and leave a comment. Hit the notification bell to be alerted of when new content posts. And please hit subscribe button, because I would love to be able to see who is following me. Please follow me also on Instagram and TikTok. I'd love to see you over there. I just started on Odyssey as well, along with Rumble, so you can catch my reacts on those as well. Those will probably be more of the unedited versions. As we know, YouTube will go ahead and edit and censor, so these videos may not show in the US, or you may have to go ahead and really edit them down, stuff like that. So you can always catch the unedited ones over on Odyssey and Rumble. I thank you so much for joining me for episode 2. I'll start episode 3 here shortly, so hopefully I will see you for that one as well. Bye.